I look.
I have to be crazy. You do it. No, but you. It's the kind of thing you do.
So what I've been saying all along is this, that you either here to do what you gonna do, or you just some cat trying to build up ego and posterity. And all that other, like, shit. If you understand that everything isn't in place, everything is in place exactly how it's supposed to be. You feel what I'm saying? You looking at a certain part of the game like, this is terrible, yet you say you're doing this. We talking about occult studies. If any part of this is terrible to you and you feel like this deserves your attention the most and it deserves our attention the most, you're not doing occult studies. We know this already. Everybody's been saying this. You feel what I'm saying? Who's really doing occult studies. And occult studies ain't nothing but you figuring out who you are and what you're doing down here, learning what occult studies is for you. Anybody could do it. You don't need me. You don't need me to wake up tomorrow. Okay, what if this is the first time I heard me saying it? Yeah, you can do it. Start reading books. All you got to do it. It's so easy. As soon as you heard me say the word occult studies, what you should have been doing is saying, okay, Google, what is occult studies? That's if you own it. If you ain't on it and you need some next thing to hold on to, something to make you feel better, a point to argue, all that good stuff, I'm not who, no. This ain't where you should be at. Because I ain't on that. At all. I'm not even finna entertain none of that. Because that's not what I come here to do. If so, I'd have told you you in a place to be, but you're not in a place to be. What you is having flashes, like we all do, of this particular level of information. Which means two things. Either you're preparing yourself for this level, or this level coming on faster than what you're prepared to receive. You'll either reject it or move right into it and get going and hit the ground running, or you'll get here. And if you don't, you know what I'm saying? If you're too nosy, which ain't nothing wrong with, you'll be stagnant, stuck trying to figure out what this is and don't understand it because this ain't your level to be understanding right now. There's those people. And then you got those who catch it, and then you got those who turn around immediately and go back, but they still end up doing this anyway. Now, I ain't trying to piggyback on nobody's information, but The gods get credit when it's due. Y'all know who the gods is. Come on, man. But I'm telling you what I have as information is that you're busy worrying about what's in front of you because all you see is what's in front of you. And if you didn't come up in that tradition of people who receive what they call the instruction in the life from which, if you don't listen, I'm not saying because you don't know Bobby Hemmett and Brother Panic that you slacking. That's not what I'm saying. Not at all. What I'm saying is this. If you haven't had the information brought to you in that light, then I see why it would be weird out the way, this, that, and the other. Because when you get past all of the glitz and glamour of what they saying, and I'm not saying they either doing glitz and glamour on their thing. I'm just saying, but it's all gonna sound like glitz and glamour in the beginning. Oh yeah, you're the God, but when you actually get down to what them brothers and sisters like Sister Khadijah, Sister Myra Moss, you know what I'm saying? Myra Moss being one of the elder sisters. All of them. Sister Hapshat Soot, all of them. Bringing forth them brothers. You feel what I'm saying? It's not about some club thing. No, that's not it. It's about you actually knowing who you are and where you at this time. And if you came back to do this, this is what the hell you should be doing. Versus trying to see this as a moment that you missed out on. And I'm not talking about this particularly what I'm doing, but I'm saying this information being exposed at this level to make you say, oh man, now that I know that I'm supposed to be doing this, I can raise up and go start doing this. But yet your heart is here though. Just do it. Cause when I put in this class that I'm putting together, you feel what I'm saying? Next time that I'm getting down, it's gonna be what it is, G, for real. Y'all gotta understand, man, that right now, the need for anything physical should have been over with. Unless that's something you just doing instinctively and people like, and you having to tell them in a conversation, oh, I just bought it, but they don't know. But then on the inside, those that know, oh yeah, okay, all right. And it's not even because you bought it to enhance. It's just, you know what I'm saying? That's what y'all wanted. But you still relying on the physical. And you still here acting upon the physical. Responding to the physical. Acting and responding is no bad thing. We're all acting and responding. Since we down here, you can't keep responding if you say you're doing this, no matter how you came and what you came for. If you came for this and hear this type of information, then you respond to it, then that means you stop doing what you came to do. You don't understand. Your acting on it is to fortify you knowing this on the level you came to do that. You already know you came to do this. And that's you already knowing this. You know this, and you know you came to do that. All right, then. So what's the problem? You're doing it instinctively. You ain't gotta be like, oh, I remember I came to do this. I'm this, that, I'm doing. I'm telling you, that's what it is. You just doing it instinctively, so keep doing it. If you want to know what the make it plain bridge gap for me, I'm not trying to say I'm making it easy for you to get it. Well, even the dumbest can understand it, but I'm just saying, now you understand it a little bit better. You know you came to do this. That's what you're doing. Why you know what I'm saying? Do that only. You know this because you hearing me say this. You've been hearing certain people say what they've been saying. And even if you do know the gods now, I'm not saying everybody else you've been listening to ain't the gods now, depending on what level of information they on, what makes them the god, and how they, you feel what I'm saying, dispersing information as far as sharing. If they ain't egotistically involved and they can show you how to move to another level, understanding on a certain level of things, you know what I'm saying? Then boom, there it is. Other than that, come on, man. Like, what you tripping on? We be doing that. That's what we do. No matter what level we came in on, we doing it. We just doing it. It's not like, oh, I heard this type of information about how we supposed to be, and we all passed this. Let's say you in the church, right? And you came, and you know this information. You reckon, listen. See, let's break it down real simple where you can understand. And it's not me trying to tell you about specific. And no, none of that. I'm just trying to help you out a little bit. So, you in the church, right? But you hear this type of information when it's being spoke. What I mean by hear this type of information, you don't flinch when it gets down to the real levels. That's deep. Not just the frontal everybody known, but can comfortably walk back to the religion in which they chose and still have that same entity as the savior figure. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about beyond all of that, where cats could tell you stories about certain types of rituals, and you won't look at it and flinch at it like, oh, I couldn't imagine. No, this, that, and the other. You know, because you can't be bound to a story that isn't yours. It's just a story like yours. So when you hear dude telling this story, it ain't nothing but her story being told. And we her son, and we experienced the same thing from the same place at the same time going on. Therefore, we're everything, everywhere, all at once, yet we're nothing and nowhere all at the same time. So when it happened, it happened. It didn't, it didn't. It did, it did. It will, it won't. But yet it all did at the same time. While it will and wouldn't be something possibly that we could ever think of in a million years going on right now. But it happened. Now, at once as a thought, all things came into being. You know, gas stations became rest stops. It's not about rhyme or music or none of that. We're talking about like the very essence of everything that you see now that's going on. It's like, this is what happened. So you gotta understand something. We're really saying to you what's happening here. But it has nothing to do with some, ooh, we need to really decode what he's saying. No, if you're doing that, then you're still addicted to being human and want to know, oh my God, is he trying to teach us how to be better people? You can't be no better than what you are right now. You don't want to raise that up anyway. If you knew the real truth, that's why they always saying that it's not about raising that up. And that's the one thing you can't get over. What do you mean? So you talk all this stuff about the great mother, but then you saying you don't want to raise it up. See, this is your way. See, that's the white man knowledge. No. To raise the great mother up is to set her free from this lower vibration. How do I do that? I don't know. Do you? Because she was never a prisoner to me. But I understand why you see her as being captive. Do you know the answer? Then as long as you knew the answer, you could have did that. And it was a simple answer. But most cats miss it. Why? Because they looking at reality still as a place where they supposed to be at. And they liked it. And a lot of people didn't like it. A lot of people started doing their own thing. And I told them, if you do your own thing, go ahead. Just remember one thing. We all gonna come back to the same conclusion. And everybody knows the answer. Yes. And they knew. Everybody knew the answer was yes. It wasn't nothing to argue about. The answer was yes. Because you have to go forward. There's nothing behind you. You've seen it all. Why go backwards? To do what? Repeat what you already know? Exactly. Does he see himself twice in the same scene? To realize an extra part of him that should have been said in the first place? Or is it just something that's repeated in egotistical murmurings that have people standing waiting on this next word to keep them bound? Listen, man, look, perjury is the mouth that speaks. Which means when you open your mouth egotistically, you confine and combine everything around you. So like, words suffer anything that exists while you doing this. So all the things that's needed to keep you alive, it suffers because you exist. Spreading perjury. Like, come on, man, don't do that. Right, like, so, and it's not like that's some major key or like thing that we should all be studying. No, it ain't got nothing to do with that. All I'm saying is, if you're supreme, why would you want stuff like this to even have to be thought of, talked about, or anything? Not calling you into question, but if you said you was all that, I thought you was beyond all this. I know that may sound like the homie in them, but come on, man. Think about it. What's here for you to appease? Other people transforming? I mean, think about it. It's a crazy situation, but at the end of the day, you the only one doing it. Because you just like everything else. I am you, you are me, right? So if you and everything else that's moving in that same light, you the only one doing it. But it's all right though. So it's cool. So it's not like I'm trying to condemn you or put you in a place. All I'm saying is when you approaching this, it's what you are specifically here to do should be the thing that guides you through your quest for the next level versus the outward appearance based on knowledge and what suits the public of those who are not even nowhere near the same place. Not to put them in the place either. We're not downplaying people. We just saying that no matter what level you on, if you happen to hear what we saying, you know what I'm saying, and you embrace it at whatever level you on, you hearing it. We doing what we doing, y'all doing what y'all doing, and so forth and so forth. But you're telling people you're beyond all of this, that you're going to the next level that you are supposed to be going to. Or maybe they supposed to be going to. The point is that you thinking, and you got people following you thinking, and you become all of the stuff that you was teaching against. And once you become that, you become yourself. And then you start talking about what really matters. And what really matters is that if you actually fucking get it, the only fucking thing that matters, y'all, is if you fucking get it, man. It's not about nobody else. It's not even about you. Nigga, did you fucking get it? Because if you got it, then you know it's all about you. But we all experience it though. Once you know it's about you, you start seeing the people who really had the experience. It's like what Penny said. When you know the people who had the experience with it. Because you learn this about, listen. So, you gotta understand that it's you. Nothing else. If you say you're doing this, it's you. Only thing you're getting to know more is you. Only thing you're figuring out more is you. Only thing that's coming in more clear about the understanding of this, all of that is you. Whatever you can put up right now. So you say, yep, you too, because you're understanding yourself. The same reason I'm understanding myself, just like you. I am you, you are me. You get it now? And we're the same thing, understanding it the way I understand it and the way you understand it. And we say a lot of shit that sounds similar, but guess what? When we get done breaking it down, it's the way you see it though, and that's the way you talk it to me. In the same way I do it. But we see a lot of things alike. So, you need to do what you're supposed to do. And you trying to get over. And there's nothing wrong with you trying to get over. See, that's where you got it messed up in your mind. That there's something wrong with you trying to get over. Now, I'm not encouraging it and saying that's what you should do. No. You see what happened to the people who trying to do it and they're not the ones who came here to do it. Because they don't understand where they're supposed to be at. And that's the real truth about that. You got a lot of people doing what they ain't supposed to be doing, and what they're supposed to be doing is this. And it's not like it's some force out there that's saying, "Oh, you're not doing this, well, let me punish you." No, it just happens that when you doing something that you didn't come to do, and you ain't really put no effort into, you know about it, but come on, man, this earth, you got a baby brain on it. You didn't put your mind into coming down here doing that, so it's gonna be a little bit harder for you to reckon. But then when you get down here and you see how it's going, you start getting those little flashes, depending on where you was at with that in your past, because that's how it worked down here. And you know that. Me and everybody else can say it. But you know the OGs is the ones you heard say it, and then, you know what I'm saying? I was telling y'all about it, but then y'all heard a greater, even greater understanding from Panic and Bobby Hemming and Delbert Blair and all the rest of them, especially from all the sisters. Come on, man. See, and it came in different levels and different layers. And it came down to the sisters. Because they were showing, listen, so one sister you knew was one of the gods was what's her name? I got her book too. Don't worry about it. It's gonna come to me. You know what I'm talking about? Okay, Miss Ali. But you know who I'm talking about. So you knew she was one of the gods because when she wrote the book, it wasn't like she was writing the book on some trying to suppress the black woman and expose and degrade. No, she was saying it's finally time for the black woman to be understood properly by exposing her the same way we expose the black man, so you can understand both pathologies equally. Excuse me. So by her, Scheherazade Ali. Thank you, G. I appreciate that. Yeah, I love you too, big head lady. But anyway, Scheherazade Ali. So when she wrote the book, long story short, she was giving you both sides of it. You always heard the side about the male, but you never heard the side about the female. So that both sides can learn to do exactly what me, Panic, you know. But you know, Panic and Bobby Hammond and Myra Moss and all of them, you know. And the reason why I keep saying her first is because she was one of the monumental roles like Sister Hatshepsut and what's her name? Like they was one of the monumental roles in getting you Bobby Hemmett, where like they was truly, like he said, they was those people who put Bobby Hemmett where you can, where I say I can personally do this. As far as this level of it. On another level, it's a whole nother level. Telepathically, we was always connected. We knew what time it was. But, so you gotta understand that in this time that you're in, why do you need anything? What you should be doing is, I don't know. And the reason why I don't know, because it ain't my business to know. I know what I'm doing, and guess what I'm doing? I'm continuing this peeling out. What I came to do, I'm doing. But on the level of why I came to do it as the energy I came to do it as. It looks one way, but it's going another way. And it has nothing to do with anybody being where they can't stop me because I'm here and it's foretold and this all of that. Yeah, all of that sounds great. Nice. Beautiful. Great. Except for I'm here to do what I'm supposed to be doing. And it just happens to come out like that. Now, is it something like that really going on? I don't know. You know the information? It's not putting you on the spot. It's just that everybody's at a certain level. Don't rush because you see something that sounds intriguing to you. Because when you start talking about it for real, there's components that's gonna make you say, "No, I don't know nothing about that." When you start seeing certain symbolisms, and that's the whole the real level. So, but anyway, without being on a rant, because Shorty them had the idea. Shorty them had the idea. I just want to shout them out. Shorty them had the idea. Oh yeah. No, Shorty them had the idea. Yeah. It depends on what you know what I'm saying. No, that's gonna be the one. That's what he think. Yeah. This is on the first cruise yacht. It ain't have nothing to do with that, I promise you. But look, anyway, we out here. How they come about that? You. Anyway, you remember when Meow Meow used to come through? So, you're right. Okay, well, take them through there. Because they need to. Look, just take them through there. They really need. Yeah, that's what they really need to do. That's what they need to do. So, yeah, because it ain't gonna happen. No, Muslim. Teddy be over there too. Alright, but anyway, so me and Mussolini, we got together and he said that if you really thinking about this and you putting it together the way you're supposed to be putting it together for yourself, you will realize that everything that comes to you that makes you doubt showed you what level you're supposed to be at. It has nothing to do with being right, wrong, respect. No, it's just that knowledge is knowledge. It has nothing to do with that. You feel what I'm saying? So people so caught up in. So I get that. So you got Jesney. And Jesney be telling me all the time, like, look, dog, you worried about who gonna listen to you. Because you be seeing through my garbage, right? Because you know when I be talking to Yaki, right? Because they be mostly the ones who come to that class. So he said, you be worried about who gonna listen to you. And listen to the ones who came to hear you. That's all he said. No, I wasn't mesmerized, nigga. I was insulted because he was fucking right. Like, I'm talking to these niggas, and it ain't coming to do with them in the negative light. It's just that them niggas came to do what they gonna do, nigga. I'm supposed to be talking to these niggas though. And I'm salty because I'm fucking up they. You see, I'm supposed to be giving to them. So, right. Because they came to get something from me and I'm busy talking to these cats. No knock on them though. Because, right. So, Narco told me Wizzo, no, right. Wizzo, Crank, and Steve was on it. They said it, right. And I got all of them in three lines. And three lines. And when none of them right no more. Well, none of them right no more. I'm telling you. You know how I do it, man. Ain't no trouble. Like, leave me alone, man. Please. Man, I got too many friends out here. She should tell her sister, you should go back in town. And she did. Yeah. You went to where her boyfriend's friends was. We had a ball over there. Somewhere in Cincinnati. It was a train over there. Something about that train made them act a certain way. Yeah. We had a ball there. Maybe even back there. Boise and Heisman. We were 30 house party. You know we had to. Come on, man. Why y'all come over here? We still coming out. We really got this kid over here. Yeah, we gotta come down. Yeah, that was their first time doing it. Like that. Yeah. Come on, man. No, they made it better. Ooh. Kelly did it. Because Granny was DJing. Granny was DJing. Yeah. You know how it was. Silly and Keith. Silly and Keith. They just didn't know what to do. Yeah. No, because I'm in the middle of something. If you're hungry, you can hear it. I said, no, I'm in the middle of something. You know what the sad part about it is, baby? I am. And I know if you're going to hit me in the eye, don't hit me in the good one. You still got to look at me. Hold on. Y'all got to understand something. These people, they was professional. I was in charge of producing them. And they used to come in and do the craziest stuff to each other. totally agree. But it's a very thoughtful thing. Thank you. I was in charge of producing it. Alright, y'all, look, but anyway. Either you doing it or you ain't doing it. You in it or you ain't in it, and whatever. I'm finna get up out of here, man, because some people's popped up and we on